Welcome back, everyone. We do have another game here brought to us for the PSI STORM 2010 event, run by cybergamer.com.au and sponsored by Western Digital and their Velociraptor hard drive series. Big props to them. $5,000 in total on the line for this tournament. We are currently in Adro versus Oxygen Game 2, and Oxygen taking Game 1. More so of a mistake by Adro than a solid play by Oxygen, I think, even though both players played greatly. If we just had those couple of extra banelings dropped, all the Marines would have disappeared for Oxygen. So hopefully we don't see the same mistake here from Adro as we do have. Scrap Station up next, Oxygen at the top, Adro at the bottom. I am Unstable, and I'm joined, of course, by Toby1. What do you think we're going to see on this one, man?
I'm looking forward to seeing how Adro actually takes it. You're right, the last match we had a lot of issues with the fact that the baneling drop didn't actually happen, and it all came down to one big fight. Andro harassing beautifully with the mutas on beforehand, and it all went nicely, and he expanded out, got rich mineral fields, it was all going for him, and there was just that one battle where Oxygen came out on top, could just push himself through, and there was nothing left for Andro. He's like, what else do I do? There's a different scenario now. Scrap Station, of course, going by ground, I'll let you take out the rocks. It is a very, very long trip around the block. Because air is a lot faster, which will definitely work for Andro's muta, but he's also going to be very, very aware Oxygen can do exactly the same thing through his starport.
Yeah, exactly. Like, a lot of Zergs, no matter what matchup it is, they like going for that 14 hatch, which is exactly what Adro's done before the spawning pool, so that is going to get him an economical lead up the front. As long as he doesn't get done in by any kind of early harass or push by Oxygen, I would really be worried about that if I was Adro, because Oxygen, known for his insane, hyper-aggressive, technically cheesy play, but let's not get into that debate right now, as the spawning pool does go down now for Adro. So really, standard stuff from both guys for a Scrap Station matchup between these two, and I'm waiting to see what Oxygen's going to do. I want to see what he pulls out of his hat.
Scout. He's already seen the expansion. Now let's see what he changes in his build.
What is he going to do? I don't know, but I expect something crazy. He is rallying that Marine all the way down to the Zelnaga Tower as he pops out. He could be putting a bunker down. Like, there is no Overlord over this expansion for Adro, so he will be able to put a bunker just outside the range. No, he's not going to go for that. He's going for the factory instead with a reactor, so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, there was no way he could have done it. He went himself in a little bit further. Actually, did he have a look inside the full base? Yeah, he did. He saw that spawning pool coming up, and knew that lings would be pumping out. In fact, 4 sets of lings pumping out here from Andro. He really wants to make sure he can defend that expansion up. And, well, it's the factory, it can harass it out later. The reactor, of course, pumping up. And we saw him do it last time as well. Throw down the barracks and then switch the factory across and then pump out the Hellions at a fast rate. And that reactor already up now. Factory not far off, and that'll be fantastic for bringing down all those lings nice and early on. And also very, very fast speed to harass that hatchery, especially before that creep actually gets connected between the two, and Andrew has himself almost like a bit of a factory line.
Yeah, this kind of lift the racks, swap the factory is extremely standard play for these Hellions. It's very common, especially in the TVZ matchup. You want to get that pressure in. You want to force the Zerg to not build drones. You want him to build lings or anything but drones, because as you can see, Zerg can only build one or the other. They can't just keep pumping out SCVs or probes from their main hatchery or Nexus or command center like the other races can do. So in the meantime, we do have that spine crawler going down. There's been a lot of contested topic here. If Adro spawned at the top position, that spine crawler would be pretty much perfectly positioned on the ramp. But unfortunately, at the bottom, the way the base is made, the creep doesn't go that far towards the ramp. So it's a little bit far back for what people want. In the meantime, we have a complete wall off here by Oxygen, a bit of a non-standard wall off, but that's okay. With supply depots doing their job. And we do have a Viking coming out, so he's going to go Overlord hunting here, as the Hellions are hiding in the gas. The smoke vents here stopping vision, and here we go. Hellion harass coming in.
Around the side. Spycrawler can't hit anything. The Queen's doing what he can, but the drones have to move themselves back up again. You're right, this is that tiny little gap. You can fit around the side. The Ling's now going to come up, and great block here, forcing them down a little bit further, but those Hellions, they're the perfect counter to any amount of Lings. The drones have died as well, and we've got, what, 2 kills and 6 kills. 8 kills between the two of them. There were 3 when they first started, and the Queen's doing everything they can, but that spine crawler just needs to shift himself up a little bit further, because there's just that little bit of a gap there that the Hellions can make the most of.
Yeah,
and there
definitely.
goes the shift.
There goes the shift, so he's going to be able to stop that a little bit easier. He loves to lose one of the Hellions, not the second one though, but just great control by Oxygen. forcing down on the side here when he was running behind that Vespene geyser. He actually funneled all the Lings into a straight line, allowing the splash to hit every single one of them. So that was really devastating to Adro. If we have a quick look here, we are at 23 drones to 22 SCVs. But really, Zerg wants to get that economic lead up. We do have 2 starports as well, coming with a Banshee. Do we have Cloak? No Cloak coming as of yet. We do have Banshees. They're going to be very frustrating for Adro to deal with, but he is already on Lair. So very lucky he is on Lair, and he's getting his Spire as well. So this could be very, very close to what we're going to see coming from Oxygen.
Yeah, the Spire's not going to be completed in time, though. That Banshee's going to fly straight across there, and, well, the Queens will be all you can use for your defense.
Yeah, Hellion drop at the back.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, 4 of them! This is going to wipe out this line. They're going straight in. They've got 1. They're going to get 2. They're going to get 3. And still the Queen is getting caught in it. All the drones teaming themselves up right in the line. And the Hellions are having an absolute field day. 2 of them are toast to 4, coming on down towards the Spine Crawlers. It's the only safe place for them. But the Hellions are really going through. Another 2 toasted. And the Lings trying to move themselves down. They're just going to the expansion. Big damage going out there. And now it's 32 units that Andro has lost already. Hellion Medivac picks up the Hellion and manages to get 1 of them away to safety out of the 4 which started that attack. But 32 units lost already here for Andro. He's lost 1,300 resources. And all it's cost Oxygen is 5.
Yeah, and most of those resources being drones, which is very, very frustrating for that Zerg to deal with. He is now down on drones. He has got that second base up. He is on Lair. But really, the 1 base Terran player, which we're seeing here from Oxygen, is extremely strong. He has only 9 Zerglings on the map, whereas we're looking at the unit cap here. We've got 3 Hellions, a Medivac, a Banshee, a Viking, 11 Marines here for Oxygen as well. So definitely a strong position. It's 64 supply to 37 right now, favouring Oxygen. He does have Mutalisk coming now, but he does have Stim Marines here for Oxygen. Sorry, no Stim yet. Wow, no Stim. That's going to be a big thing for Oxygen, but really, it's going to be how strong this push is as Oxygen moves out. As soon as he gets to that base, I'm not sure how easily that Adro can defend this, to be honest.
I don't think he can. He's only now getting 3 mutas up, and they're going to actually get a bit of harassment in from behind the lines. Viking is on the way and will be completed in about 5 seconds as they manage to bring down 1 negative. There drops the mule. They'll definitely keep the economy going, and he's not a base trade, but he's quite happy to keep moving his army across and finish off this Zerg player. Adro trying to push down the Terran. He's trying to bring down that Viking before he can go hunting any more of his overlords. Now he comes to push. 4 Hellions on the front with the 3 Banshees in support. The Banshees can easily just wipe out their Spine Crawlers. The Mutalists coming on through, and now they run into the wall of Marines down there. Who needs a stim pack when you've got mass Marines coming on in? The Spine Crawler on the bottom of the ramp. It's going to die. The Mutalists coming in a little bit closer once again. There is nothing the Zerg player had left to defend that one with, and calls GG.
Yep, nicely done by him there. That wasn't really an all-in, really, because... Actually, were there SCVs there? Yes, there were SCVs. That's a classic Oxygen thing. I was, confused about what the second there. I couldn't see him. But nice play by Oxygen. He will take Adro out, 2-0. Adro going down to the losers bracket, unfortunately. And we will have a Glade versus Oxygen rematch of the Blizzard Invitational.